Hey there, StarCraft fans! It's Falcon Paladin coming at ya with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Today, for your Patreon cast for the week of October the 28th, it's going to be HeRoMaRinE versus Serral here on Ice and Chrome, the latter edition. I'm going to miss this map. It's currently removed from the map pool, but it has given us so many excellent games for the season it was in. One season, you guys. That's how many seasons Ice and Chrome appeared. I don't know why it was removed, but I'm kind of unhappy about it, as you can tell. So top right-hand corner, we have the German Terran player. It is HeRoMaRinE. Haven't seen him for a while on the channel. And in the bottom left, it is Serral, Blue Zerg player. Finished scary, scary world champion 2 years ago. And just playing so well over the last 2 or 3 years that he's just terrifying for sure. However, ZVT, he has been shown to be vulnerable. Maru has beat him recently. Who else took somebody else took a map off him as well. Another Terran player, I think Clem may have. So what I'm saying is, Serral is not unbeatable, y'all. If you stopped watching Serral games because you think he always wins, no. That is not the case, especially in TVZ. TVZ Zergs are struggling right now, which is, you know, it's good news for those of us who like a more balanced game. If Zerg's winning everything, it's not as fun for everyone, that's for sure. So the fact that Terran and Zerg, the matchup seems pretty even at the highest levels. We've got a TVT final in GSL Season 3, you guys. We had a TVT final in GSL Season 1. Like, maybe this is Year of the Terran. Or maybe Korean Zergs aren't that good, and if you want good Zerg play, you have to go to Europe, which... Can you imagine saying that 5 years ago? I can't. That's insane to think how far the foreigner scene has improved in the last little bit. Anyway, SCV scouting to make sure that this is not a pool first play. He will see that, be happy about it. Reaper's going to be able to move down and try to get some stuff done. And yeah, what we've seen Innovation do on this map is do crazy stuff, man. Start out bio, transition into mech, transition back to bio, transition into race car mech, transition into traditional mech. He's done crazy things against Serral on this very map. So I wonder if HeRoMaRinE is inspired by that gameplay, the constant tech switching, and maybe if he's going to give it a shot. Or he could just go for straight bio the whole time or just open up mech. Seems like all these things are definitely options. Dude, that drone slipped out here right before the Reaper showed up. I still think Reapers can delay third bases if they want. I mean, the problem is this map has 2 decent options for third bases, and you can't cover both with a Reaper. But maybe with an SCV, right? SCV keeps tabs on one of the bases. Reaper keeps tabs on the other one. As this guy has 0 kills and no base denials at all. Right? So the SCV covers this, just vision-wise, and blocks the hatch until the Reaper can show up. And the Reaper covers this area. And no matter where the drone goes, it's going to be in trouble. It can't get the hatch down because the SCV is blocking it, and then the Reaper shows up and he has to go away. And you delay the third base of the Zerg player by, you know, up to a minute. And look how far the walk distance is for Queens on this map. It would delay. It would delay for sure. This creep spread is just recently here, and Queens are slow off creep. So, I'm just saying, I don't know. I don't know why Terran players are not interested in delaying third bases for Zerg. I feel like it's more value than showing up and trying to kill drones when you're not going to get drones, generally. Like, the best you can hope for is maybe 3 Zerglings, right? That's the best we've seen. So, 1-1-1 opening it here. Hellions, I mean, from here you can do anything, which is why this build is so popular, is once you have that starport, you can do whatever you want. That's a tech lab. And I'm feeling Fusion Corey here. This Marine trying to shoo away scouting overlords. Another indication we're going to see a Fusion Core at some point. Look how fast this third is from HeRoMaRinE, though. That is a sub 3-minute start on that. Did the Overlord... Oh, Overlord speed was fast. Did he see? He saw the tech lab. He did see the tech lab there on the starport. So he's like, all right, battlecruiser opening is possible, but actually getting a Raven instead. Okay, HeRoMaRinE. I'm on board with this strategy. I could feel good about this. Very nice. Yeah. Okay, so I like Ravens. Again, they are slow. If you have to retreat with a Raven, especially against a Zerg player, the Raven's probably going to die because it will lag behind your other units, like your Hellions, your Marines, your Marauders, everything else. Or it's a fake out, right? He's like, hey, I'm making a battle cruiser. You better prepare for that. And it's just a Raven instead. I mean, nothing's researching on the tech lab. So either it's a Raven, a battle cruiser, a Liberator, a Viking, or it's 1 battle cruiser and not 2. I mean, the scouting gets a little bit weird here. But anyway, 4 Hellions out, no more in production. We've got a few more, though. I mean, this is a decent amount. Is there a armory anywhere. These are just going to be Hellions. These are just going to be Hellions. Double NG Bay, so we're bioing it. Hellion opening into Marines, Marauders, and Medevacs, and probably Widow Mines. And here's the Ravens. You don't have to use scans to kill creep tumors, right? It's kind of awesome, Terran players. Maybe be inspired by this. If HeRoMaRinE does it, maybe it's good enough for you too. Because scans are mules, man. You'd rather be calling down mules for additional mineral income, especially because you're going so many Marines. It's just nice. A mule is incredibly worth here. It's about 300 resources a mule will give you in its entire life. And if you scan, those are 300 resources you're not going to get. At least not at the time you want them. It doesn't really matter if it's late, you know? Anyway, Widow Mine's getting double pumped out here. Additional barracks coming in here at about 5.5 minutes. What is Serral working on? Usually nothing. Baneling Nest coming up, and his 4th base is about 50% complete. So, yeah. Oh, the Hellions taking down a Queen. You could probably get another one. Although the Speedlings are out, and the Speedlings are mad. They're trying to get a 360 surround. Oh! The splits are good, but gosh dang. All these Hellions are toast. They're all dead. Maybe one of them will make it home to tell the tale of the Hellions who died. The Raven's alive, which is really handy. Oh yeah, all the Hellions died. I mean, Serral did have to make like 50 Zerglings to make that happen, and he did. But the Hellions are dead, and now he can drone up safely. He's making 6 drones at a time right now. So he accomplished his goal. If you make that many Lings and you don't kill the Hellions, you feel bad. So definitely make sure you kill the Hellions if you make that many Lings, or at least maybe force a cancel on this 3rd base or something. Force a liftoff. Delay that 3rd base economy if you can. So Raven being alive is nice. So far so good from HeRoMaRinE, other than losing those Hellions. He really didn't want to do that. That was not part of his plan. Check this action out. Serral's getting a Spire. Are we surprised by this? No. Mutalisks have been the meta for Zergs against Terran for the last several weeks. And yeah, again, if you're watching this, speaking of time, the week of October the 28th, thank you for being a Patreon of mine at patreon.com/Falcon Paladin for at least $1 a month. That's all it takes, $1 a month. You have access to these videos a month before anybody sees them. Auto turret finishes off this Queen. Very nice play there. 3 kills on this Raven. And if you're watching this in November, well, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you haven't already. This is a StarCraft 2 only channel. I do Brood War on another channel if you're looking for that. We split them off a while ago, and here we are. Baneling drop, Baneling drop, Baneling drop, Baneling drop. Okay, ow. 13 SCVs down is an acceptable number of SCV devs for that Baneling drop. Overlord probably should get out of here, honestly. Sticking around is not going to do much. Whoa, so many Link remains. Nice Widow Mine hit, though. Okay, that was alright. Meanwhile, this auto turret stuff is going bonkers. Raven's got 7 kills. This Raven is really paying for itself. I've seen people complain about Terrans not making Ravens, and I hear ya. And HeRoMaRinE has heard your prayers, and he has come to answer them in the form of making a Raven and doing good stuff with it. Like, it's one thing if you make a Raven and it dies, like, in the first 3 minutes with no kills. But what it's doing is fantastic. Not enough Lings here. I don't know if this is enough Marines to take down this hatch that's building either, though, and it's not. Alright, so how many mutas did we make? 6? We made 6 Mutalisks. There's 3 of them. See, the Raven is slow. It cannot run away, and it will die. Tragically, over Seer chops, tosses down the Changeling. I'm liking this from HeRoMaRinE. I really am. Not splitting very well, but that was an overwhelming Zerg force, so picking up and getting out is the right choice there. Drilling Claws on the way in additional barracks. Like, this is not a transition into mech of any sort. HeRoMaRinE is very capable of it. Like, you don't get to be a 6K Terran in the EU server playing against Raynor and Serral and Clem all the time if you're a one-trick pony. So I've seen HeRoMaRinE go mech. He's just choosing not to do so today. And yeah, surprise, Serral's going for the very traditional, very common Ling Bling Mutalisk. Current meta almost demands it of certain Zergs, strangely enough. Some are better at this than others. Serral is one of those who is better at this than people like Raynor, for example. Ah, look at this. See? You can be places with Marines that your enemy doesn't want you to be. That's another dead queen. And pick up and get out of there. That is way too many Zerglings. Oh, medevac picked off by the Spore Crawler as it tries to retreat. Mutalisk's getting out of there. What I like about Serral is he doesn't overextend. He doesn't just carelessly fly his dudes around and get them picked off by Widowmines and stuff. He has before. He has lost Mutas to Widowmines for sure, but it's a rare occasion that Mutalisk went down for no reason at all. I'm worried about that for sure. More Banelings just rolling in here. See, this is why you have a great wall of supply depots. You need to finish that, my friend. These Widowmines, 1 kill or 2 kills and 0 kills each. Not ideal, but better than a kick in the pants. HeRoMaRinE, 4 bases now. Planetary Fortress at the 4th, as is tradition, starting as 3-3. Here at 11 minutes, too. And it's 110 to 98 army supply. So HeRoMaRinE has a lead, maybe not as big a one as he would want. And Serral is just droned up so hard recently at 90 workers. And this is where it gets dicey, man. He's only lost 2 drones today. If you've only killed 2 of Serral's drones in the first, 10 minutes of the game, it's not going to go well for you. You got to kill more than that if you're going to hope to be on even footing. It does not really, just nothing about this game is boding well for HeRoMaRinE at the moment. He has a big army, okay? He's got a lot of Marines, a lot of Widowmines, a lot of medevacs. He hasn't lost many medevacs today. He's lost a couple, but, he's got several here. Trying to engage, and Serral's actually trying to Baneling Bomb this planetary. I don't know that he has enough to do this. Can he kill it? Oh, nope, doesn't do it. That's a huge hold from HeRoMaRinE. And gonna force a cancel on this hatch, too. HeRoMaRinE, 2-for-1 victory there. Very nicely done. Holds on to the planetary, doesn't lose it. Loses 14 SCVs, which is bad, but losing an entire planetary is worse in the grand scheme of things here. And he's up 198 to 181 total supply. Killing Serral's attempt at a base down this direction is also very good for the German Terran player. So I'd say HeRoMaRinE's did a good job flipping this around. This is a really good game. Just so many Banelings. Okay, and the Ling's getting a surround on the Thors, and Serral his macro is always so good. He pulls armies out of his butt so often that you just don't. Where did this all come from? And it came from him, having 90 workers mostly and not losing any drones today. Except for 2 drones, maybe a couple more. 5 more mutas in production. Notice this mutaflock is generally still alive. And HeRoMaRinE gets pushed off the front porch again. Oh, Widowmines! Oh my gosh, Widowmines getting second rounds of Mutalisk kills there. 16 kills on those 2. And suddenly 21 mutas have gone down. And suddenly Serral is not protecting his mutas nearly as well as he's been able to in past casts that I've made of him. 9 kills, 8 kills, 6 kills, and 10 kills. That is 15, 30, 35 something kills on those Widowmines. Good gravy. Another one. Yeah, and these ones are ready to go now. Oh, can't fire before they died. All right, nice cleanup there by Serral. That was tight. That was very close. Those Widowmines were ready to fire. So look at this. This base has been healed up a little bit. It's mining quite nicely. HeRoMaRinE's at 64 workers, which is basically where he wants to be, as he's not making any more. If he wanted more, he'd be making more. And HeRoMaRinE taking hits, but the reinforcements are cruising on through here. 83 to 52 total supply. These are games. These are situations where Terran players beats players like Serral and Raynor. Serral throws everything he has at the Terran army and almost kills it, but can't quite finish it off. There's a handful of Marines left. There's a Thor left, and reinforcements keep coming, and it kind of snowballs into a problem. God, these Marines doing work. Marines in this mineral line virtually unopposed. Army supply 66 to 45. Serral, does he have enough to hang on here? He's forced to use Mutalisks in direct engagements, which is not something he wants to do at all. But Serral manages to just scrape together enough, it looks like, to remove HeRoMaRinE from the front doorstep. He's pushed him back enough here. Widowmine picked out of the ground there. Creep Tumor goes down. Big time Creep Tumor here, everyone. HeRoMaRinE basically continuing to pump here. Serral only able to make Zerglings at the moment. He's got 7 Mutas and 18 Zerglings with 32 more on the way. HeRoMaRinE is trying to put the foot on the throat of Serral right now. He recognizes it is largely a Ling composition, which by itself not going to do as well, but there are now Banelings. The pre-splits here pretty good. Marauders absorbing a lot of those shots. Mutalisks taking out the Marauders, though, as, you know, Marauders can't shoot up and whatnot. But 9 Marines at a time, 2 Marauders at a time, while expanding up north. HeRoMaRinE is playing such a good game. Serral's managed to take his 7th base back, though, and expand to an 8th on the left side here, too, next to Mr. Ursidon, who has been tragically killed before in a game where I believe a Terran player just needed room to expand and just destroyed him callously. No love for the local wildlife from these Terrans, which is generally how it is for militaries of, you know, any race, honestly. But, all right. So, man, Serral is stabilized. He's at even supply versus HeRoMaRinE, which is not good for him. He wants to be up. His income has been favoring him for some time here, over the 1,000 resources mark, which is enough to win the game. There's a certain amount here where supply starts to matter a lot. And I think we're there. So HeRoMaRinE, same position. It's a bit of a choke. So Serral doesn't want to engage in it, but as soon as HeRoMaRinE steps out, that's when this stuff happens. Ling's running into the 3rd base while that's going on. I think Serral... Oh, that's so many Marines on the back line, though. As long as the Banelings all die, these Marines are scary, and they are. All right, Banelings are gone. Army supply 96 to 68. HeRoMaRinE is setting up, healing up a little bit here. Banelings, again, exploding on Marauders. And the Marauders are not dying. That hatch taking direct hits. Mutalisks firing on Medivacs. What an insane situation this is right now. But again, HeRoMaRinE, 93 to 62 army supply, continuing to rally dudes across the map. Serral has not had the ability to send units to disrupt this rallying today. He needs everybody he has at home. I can't... What is even happening in this game? Serral just able to clear it out. Beautiful splits here, but the Ling count is a little bit too high. The splits are not as good. These are 2/2 Zerglings with the adrenal glands upgrade. And HeRoMaRinE getting chased out. Again, it looked like Serral was dead. It really did, but he's managed to rebuild army thanks to this number right here. Income advantage is helping him stay alive. HeRoMaRinE not expanding nearly as aggressively, hasn't been able to kill a base. It's such a risk. He wanted to go for the throat. If you can get in here and wipe out this base... No, wait. What base was he going for? This base... It can start a little bit of a snowball effect. And you can roll with it sometimes if you're Terran, but he wasn't able to. Maybe he'll snipe this one. He's sneaking very well along this right side. Oh, wait. That Overlord saw them. Or Zergling. I think that was a Ling that saw it. So yeah, preparing. Serral's preparing for that attack. The Mutas are trying to find angles. Oh, but there are Mutalisks and Widowmines everywhere. You have to be so careful with those. Yeah, this is honestly one heck of a game. Ultralisk Cavern coming in from Serral, recognizing the Marine-heavy composition of the Terran opponent. Ultralisks are going to be a decent choice here. I mean, almost anything else the Terran player can do, Ultras aren't going to be as good. But if it's a very Marine-heavy comp, yeah, you better believe Ultras are going to be a decent answer. Widowmines just paying for themselves here. They're so cheap is the thing. 50 minerals. Yeah, this is Serral kind of in swarm mode right now. 192 to 163 supply. He's countering. There are no Widowmines back here to back him up and reinforce. Oh, never mind. Reinforcements have shown up. But man, engaging off creep is how confident Serral is in this game. He kills 3 SCVs. He gets some good trades. And then once the army is too big, he pulls back, defends to the creep, where he has this speed advantage, which is always good for Zerglings because they're melee units, and anything that helps you close faster is incredibly nice for those melee units. thing about Terran is they're not melee. They don't care. They don't care about having speed advantages like that necessarily. Although Stim is good that way. Damage output plus Stim. I mean, if you got rid of the speed upgrade, it'd be harder for them to kite, that's for sure. So they probably wouldn't want to give that up. HeRoMaRinE kind of getting picked apart all of a sudden. He didn't even lift that. Where was his attention? Oh boy. Alright, HeRoMaRinE had an army advantage upgrade, or army advantage just in numbers there, but at the end of the day, I think Serral just managed to hold on to his bases, hold on to his drones. This feels like, I don't know that HeRoMaRinE's going to be able to get into as good a position as he was 5 minutes ago ever again in this game. I don't see it. I could be wrong. I've been proven wrong before in games, but this is a problem. That is a surprise. Okay. All right. All right. Oh, a hatch does go down here. All right. HeRoMaRinE. Let's get a minor victory, killing a single hatchery while losing 12 SCVs in the process. 8 drones did go down. And trying to burn down this hatch before Serral has a response to it. Guess what? There's a response to it. Widow Mines wiping out a lot of those Mutalisks, though. Man, if you want to beat Zergs, Widow Mine placement is so good, and that's it. Serral comes out on top. HeRoMaRinE recognizes he doesn't have much left. He's got 14 Marines, 3 Marauders against, 64 army supply for Serral, plus this income craft has just been favoring Serral largely for the last 10 minutes, and it's so hard to beat Serral when the graph looks like this. If it's up here, which it was a little bit, right? If it's in like the 800 range, 500 range, you feel better about it as a Terran. You're on even footing there. But once it creeps down to the 2,500, 3,000 resources range, and you only got 31 SCVs remaining, it is just such a steep hill to climb. Yes, he killed 42 Mutalisks. That was awesome. And he had Serral on the ropes a couple times, but he hadn't done enough economic damage to truly slow down Serral's ability to reinforce and have that defender's advantage kick in and have Lings and Banelings and Mutas popping all the time. We've seen games where Serral gets in that position and he doesn't quite have enough to hold it, and it snowballs and he loses. But today, again, only having lost 2 drones in the first 10 minutes, he just had the economy he wanted. The Widow Mine shots were good. The Marine shots were good. That's a lot of dead Mutas, but there were still 10 on the field. And Serral had enough. That was a very touch-and-go game. And I think it was fantastic. I mean, honestly, no, HeRoMaRinE did not win this game, but I think he acquitted himself exceptionally well. Like, really, really well. I'm telling you, HeRoMaRinE, great Terran player. EU's got some good Terrans. I have no doubt that if they competed in GSL because they lived in Korea, they would do as well as players like TY and Cure and Maru are doing. Yes, Maru has a higher ceiling than these guys. But Maru on average, I don't know. On average, is he significantly better than HeRoMaRinE? I don't know. He probably is. He's had a great 2020. Let's not disparage Maru here. Anyway, that was a ton of fun. Fantastic display of just Raven usage, micro multi-pronged attacks. Just didn't kill enough hatches today. Just the one towards the end. And if you're going to take down Serral, if you're going to take down any elite Zerg player, you have to kill more hatcheries than 1 and more drones than 17 in 21 minutes. You just do. If you don't do those things, winning is extremely hard. All right, so that's going to be it for me today. This has been Falcon Paladin coming at you with yet another edition of StarCraft 2 Legacy of the Void. Go ahead, hit that like button, hit that subscribe if you like what you saw, what you heard today. You can also catch me on Twitter, Facebook, Patreon, and Twitch, all at /Falcon Paladin. And until next time, as always, thank you so much for watching, and you take care of yourself.